aren't able to turn up. So we decided, let's do a joint session every single morning, throw a lot of value out there as much as we can combined. And, this should set everybody up for the rest of the day. But yeah, I'll hand it back to Tyreen. She's going to kick things off, and this is going to be a powerful one.
This is going to be a very, very, very powerful one, guys. I'm super happy we're doing this one. This is about how to handle a drawdown, how to handle loss of money. Actually, to be honest, it's about how to handle a loss of money and not be too attached. Put in the chat 111 if you've seen drawdown and actually feel genuine panic. Put 111 in the chat if you genuinely feel actual panic, like your life is on the line. Put that on the chat. If that's happened to you, this training is for you, okay? Like, you can imagine, guys, that this is one of the biggest downsides of trading, in my opinion, is our attachment to money. But also, when we see it not going our way, the reaction we have to it, right? The reaction we have to it is very, very, very detrimental as well. So what this training is about, guys, is, well, my section is just a few tips in actually handling that, but also understanding that, guys, it's not life or death right now, okay? Like, you losing 10, 20, 30,000, 2,000 pounds, it's not life or death. Like, don't think like it's life or death. But I do have some tips for you. Now, just put in the chat a few words that you have experienced when you've seen drawdown or it's hitting close to your TP. Put a few words in the chat for me. Let's see how you guys are feeling when you see drawdown. Okay, I'm not saying that. Why? What else do we say? Guys, what else do you feel when you see that drawdown? What else is going in through your head? Heart palpitations. Should I close the trade? Yeah, what else do you guys feel, guys? Sickness. Yeah, sickness. Okay. Upset. Nausea. Wow, that a lot of you guys are feeling a certain way, right? Well, that's fine. Okay. Panic. Devastated. It will be up next time. Right? So you guys can see, right, that you feel an intense emotion, right? You guys have felt an intense emotion. Now, one thing that I want you guys to understand is, just write in the chat one more thing. When you are in drawdown, is your life at risk? Yes or no? Is your life at risk? Yes or no? When you see that money go, is your life at risk? No? Guys, when you lose any money, is your life at risk? Any money at all? Right? If someone's saying to you, they're knocking on the door right now and be like, I'm going to shoot you if you don't hit TP, right? No, right? They're not going to say, like, I'm going to hurt your mom, right? There's nothing like that. It's just we have a very scared mindset when that happens. So what I want to go over today, guys, is attachment to money, right? So write down 5 ways you can detach from money, okay? Because I feel like once you detach from money, not only will it help you in trading, but it actually will help you in life. Okay, because I personally do not believe that you should be attached to money, right? I don't think that that's a good way of doing it, because if you feel attached to money, right, there's this mindset that you are only worth the money that you're trying to gain. Okay, but guys, do you believe that you're worth more than that money that you're trying to gain? Is your life, is your happiness worth more than that money that you're trying to gain? Yes or no? Right? What do you guys think? Is your life more valuable than the money you're trying to gain? Someone once called me up in tears because they lost £3. £3. And I was like, are you serious? Like £3? I will go to the shop and spend way more than £3 and not give a fuck, right? So guys, we want to go through that. So 5 ways we can detach ourselves from money. Guys, make sure you take this seriously. Get your notebook and pen out. Don't be a waste man and just listen to it, because I promise you now, when you're in drawdown, when you're about to hit stop loss, you're going to go over my notes, right? Okay, so attachment to the outcome. Okay, so attachment is the idea that a situation must play out in a certain way. Write this down. Is the idea that a situation must play out in a certain way in the best interest of your life, relationship, business, right? That's attachment. So write that down. Attachment to outcome is the idea that a situation must play out in a certain way, right? Now, people decide that there is one solution, one solution. In this case, we believe that the only thing that can happen is that we make money, and then become fixated on making that happen regardless of the obstacles. Now, we do believe that you should for sure make sure that you are fixated on your goals, on your success. But guys, that does not depend on one trade. That does not depend on one TP. That does not depend on one moment. That is an everlasting journey, right? So we can be fixated, but this has to be from the long-term mindset, okay? So we need to make sure that we do that. When this happens, you're not only ignoring potential new developments and current reality, but you're also wasting your energy. When you are fixated on one action, one thing, right, one time, at one moment, you are wasting your energy, okay? So, first thing, write down. Attachment wastes money. Write that down. Attachment wastes money. Stop looking for potential solutions for a situation that has not even been that dramatic, right? Now, you may be obsessed with hitting that TP. What I want you to do, guys, is be obsessed with the long-term compound plan. So write that down. First solution, long-term compound plan, right? Don't be obsessed with hitting just one TP, right? Be obsessed with the long-term goal, but make sure that you are obsessed with it, right? Make sure you are obsessed with it. So a lot of people have this attachment towards money because they want lots of it, right? They want so much money. Now they're saying, don't be obsessed with buying everything. Be obsessed with buying the right things and going that route, okay? So we want to make sure that we keep in mind that you have to be, in a way, just more long-term minded, okay? So if you want to become in that better frame of mind, the best advice right now is focus on the long term, not that exact moment, okay? Because it's not life or death, okay? Forget the problem might actually be the real problem. Now, this is a real thing, guys, and I really want to stress on this. Sometimes you get so much anxiety and panic when your trade isn't going the wrong way. It's because you have something else in your life that you're panicked about and you are transferring it over, right? The reason why we do mindset every single day is not because we just want to do mindset, guys. Trust me, we don't always just want to do mindset. But the reason why we do mindset is to remind you guys that if something happens in your life, you can't transfer it into the charts. Now, when you guys write down these words, right? Let me go back to the words that you're talking about. Nausea, upset, panic, devastated. Yeah. Did you know that's not about money, or that's not about TPs or hitting trade ideas? That's actually something going on in your personal life that you are transferring over into your trading life. Okay. So if you are not happy in your personal life right now and you have issues that you need to fix, and we all have issues, right? We all have issues, guys. Don't think that we don't have issues. We all have issues, right? Some more than others. A lot of I've heard your issues, right? Right. So if that happens and you see drawdown, be wary and be cautious. Is my life right now how I want it? If it's no, then that panic, that devastation, that nausea you're feeling is in your personal life right now that you are just putting on to this one trade. Now, what I say to you guys is be nice to the trade, yeah? Like, allow it. Like, don't put everything onto it. You know those guys that you've been in relationships with? I know you girls feel it. Where you've been in a relationship with such a nice guy and you're in a bad mood and you're hungry, right? You're in a bad mood and you're hungry. So what do? You scream at this nice guy and you put everything onto him, right? Every single thing onto him, okay? And then, right, when you put everything onto him, you're like wondering, why is he stressful? Like, why is this guy stressful? Like, what did I do? I haven't done anything. It's not my problem. Guys, when I say that happens, that's exactly what you're doing in trading, okay? When you put everything onto trading and then wonder why trading doesn't work, think of that guy that you're abusing right now, okay? Now, I say about girls, right? Guys, when you have to pay for something and your mood switches, like you have a bill come through the door, it's your time of the month, right? and you suddenly are moody, right? You are suddenly down towards that girl, and then the girl's like, what the fuck just happened? Like, why has he done a 180? Remember, when you're in that trade, right, and you put everything onto that trade, that's how you're acting. It won't work. So we need to make sure that we actually have to remember that the problem might not be the problem. So write that down. The problem might not be the problem. That panic, that anxiety, everything you're feeling might not be because you're in drawdown, right? That's what's going on. So make sure you forget that. Now, another reason how to move your attachment from money is disconnect from purpose. So write that down. Disconnect from purpose, right? People get so carried away with understanding how like it has to be, right? It has to be so perfect. We have to be the best trader. We have to be the best person. Like, you have to understand, guys, sometimes just live in the present. Don't think too much all the time about your purpose in life, okay? Like, I get you have to think about it, but don't obsess that you have to be the best at all times. You have to be the most, like, you have to be fucking ads, right? Don't think like that, okay? He took 6 years, guys. Like, we still got some time. I got 5 years, you got 6 years. Like, we got time, yeah? And when we do hit 6 years, are we going to be a better trader than ads? Yes or no? When we hit 6 years, yes or no, guys? In 6 years, if we have his mentorship and we have everything that we have for the next 6 years, will we be getting his results? Yes or no? Right? Like, that's a blessing. So disconnect from the purpose right now, right? We don't have to be an 8-figure trader right now. We have to just make slow wins. And even if we don't win a day, guys, like, what, ads made £4 today? Cool, he's an 8-figure trader and he made £4. Why are you crying that you lost 10? Okay? Like, don't be too connected to it, okay? Now, what also you want to do is you want to make sure that you are honestly not thinking like this. Now, people try to create a perfect experience every single day. Write down yes or no if you try to make every single day the most perfect experience. Yes or no? Yeah? Right? We all do that, right? We all want to just be so connected in making sure that we are perfect in all situations. Guys, this doesn't work, right? When you seek perfection, you actually aren't seeking gratitude anymore, okay? So what you want to do is switch it around. You hear all the time, expectation and gratitude, yeah? So when you want perfection in something or someone or a situation, just remember, guys, you're not grateful for what you have right now because they don't go together, right? If you are seeking perfection, that means you're not grateful for where you're at right now, okay? For all you girls that are looking for the most amazing guy right now, right? And you've already got someone there who cares for you, you're not happy right now and you're not grateful for what you have. So let's figure out ways to do things, okay? We want to make sure that you come from a point of acceptance. So write that down. Come from a point of acceptance that your current reality isn't perfect. And that's fine, okay? That no one wants perfection. It's boring as hell, right? No one wants that. Some of you guys love drama, and I know you do because you call me up whenever you have drama, right? You love that shit. So just understand that you can always decide to change your future once you are grounded and centered, okay? So you got to write down once you are grounded and centered, okay? So a tip for traders, we're all traders. If you are in profit, or even if you want to break even, move your stop loss. Move your stop loss into break even, right? 1 pip, 2 pips, freaking 3 pips. Go all out, yeah? Because your bank account isn't going to give you those 1 pips, right? That 1 pip or that 2 pip today. So think where you can become centered and grounded. Next thing, when you're in this severe attachment towards money, be creative. So write that down, be creative. Come out of your normal habits. So if you do the same thing every single day, yeah, and you're going to go batshit crazy, think creative. How can I make myself a little bit happy today? Right, I'm in this drawdown, or I've lost this trade, I'm not feeling great. What can I do? Be creative. You want to go and cook some dinner that you've never cooked before? Go and cook a new recipe. You want to go for a walk with a place that you've never gone to before? Go. There's nothing stopping you right now, okay? Like, be creative in making yourself happy in that situation, because a trade, whether it hits TP or not, will not make you happy, guys. Okay, maybe temporarily, but if you have issues there already, that's not going to make you happy. Okay, so make sure you are creative. Like, for instance, when I hit the worst points, right, I've traded, or if I've lost a lot of money, even if I've lost a little bit of money, I don't actually care because I'm a spendthrift. So either way, I win, right? So because I've spent that money, whatever. But if I was in that severe point of base, what I would do is I'll go online and go on YouTube and look up things that I want to gain from knowledge. If I wanted to learn how to freaking make a chair, right, or build a bear, guys, go and fucking build a bear. You guys need to go back to your children. Like, go, right? Okay, next thing. Drill down your attachment. So write down, drill down your attachment. So if you're attached to money, right, drill down why. Why are you attached to money? You need to understand why you're attached to money. Because yes, we need money, but we shouldn't be so attached to it that nothing else matters. Not our happiness, our peace of mind, none of that, right? So you have to understand what will help, okay? So the illusion is that you will be happy when you make that money, right? You will be happy when you make that money. Once you become aware that that's an illusion, then you'll be free, okay? It's like, how many of you guys get obsessed with someone, or you got obsessed with someone in the past, like your ex, like you became so obsessed with them. Whatever they were doing, you were watching. Whatever they were saying, you were listening. You dropped everything in your life for that person. How many of you guys have done that? Yeah? People do that with money, but it's not a healthy attachment, okay? So if you guys have an unhealthy attachment towards money, it's like you have an unhealthy relationship with money, and that's not gonna last, okay? So we wanna identify the feeling that we get when we think of money. So when you get attached to money, what feeling do you get? Now, if you are too happy when you get money, that's an issue, okay? Remember that. You want to be as far attached to that. So you want to think like how Ads thinks, and he says it's money on a screen. Yeah? You want to think like that. It's just money on a screen, right? You want to not be attached to it, okay? So you do that. Next thing, and the final thing, guys, I'm going to go before I go into Ads section, is do less, right? Do less. Throw out the idea that you have to solve anything, right? Throw out the idea that you have to solve anything right now. Sit with the issue, talk about it with us, right? That's what we're here for. Like, if you feel shit, like, let us know. Like, I'll hit you, right? And I'll remind you that it's only money, right? But do less, guys. Stop panicking. Don't overtrade. Don't revenge trade. Don't think that you need to get this money back or you'll die. Like, do less. Sit in a position, meditate if you have to. A lot of you need to meditate, that's for sure. Like, a lot of men need to meditate on this call as well. But meditate, right? And talk about it to us, and we'll show you that you don't need to worry if you have this attachment, right? Keep calm, because guys, if you are too attached to money, I'm telling you, not just for here, it will hinder all your relationships in your life, right? The ones you have with your family, your friends, your spouse, your kids. It will come back again and again and again. So don't be attached to money. Be attached to the growth that you're going to get each day, and make sure, right, that when we tell you move your stop loss into profit, you fucking do it, right? Thank you, guys. Over to you, Ads.
Thank you, Tyrene, for that. That was some really, really great tips. And I was actually searching through my documents because I remembered I actually had some training on this for Go Mount, which I will share with you guys right now, which was made a few years ago, in fact. So yeah, it is very, very, it's the dark side of trading, I would say. Yeah, people don't really talk about losses a lot. Everyone ends up talking about gains instead, and only gains. Everyone focuses on gains only. Yeah, but you won't manage money properly unless you end up looking at the losses that you are taking, not just in your trading life, but in your daily life as well. Yeah. at the end of the day and at the end of the week, you know, even if, you know, let's put trading aside for a second. If you walk out the week with more, that you've spent more than you've earned, you are clearly taking a big loss, you know, in your bank account. Yeah, exactly the same thing happens when it comes down to trading as well. Yeah, you need to be self-aware of these things. So I'll quickly share my training with you as well, which I have done previously. So can anybody see my screen yet, or can everybody see my screen? Just type yes in the chat. I only need one yes. Okay, perfect, got it. So yeah, how to deal with losses. You know, it is a big emotional part in trading. Yeah, it's mainly down to your mindset, it's mainly down to your emotions, and it's mainly down to your circumstances and the way you trade as well. Yeah, how to limit them. You know, if your losses are very large, clearly, if you've taken like a 30% loss on your account, you've definitely done something wrong to end up there in the first place. Yeah. And most of the time, and let me be completely honest with you, most of the time it is down to greed. Yeah, it is down to greed. You know, you've taken a 30% loss on your account because you thought it was going to go the other way. Yeah. And now you didn't believe that it would go against you. And that is down to greed. This also once again down to ego. Yeah, because you cannot accept that you are wrong. So how to deal with losses, there's not many slides, so don't worry. And I've got to jump off straight at exactly 12 p.m. as well, because we have a Gold Mount New York trading session as well. So risk management. Yeah, risk management is one of the first things that everybody mentions, and this is probably the most important when it comes down to trading. You need to learn how to manage risk in a major way. Yeah, this market hasn't got enough, you know, risk managers and money managers in it. Everyone is just out here chasing profits. Yeah, there was a saying the other day that was, somebody said to me, you know, there's too many people chasing profits, not enough people managing money and managing risk. Yeah, but risk is the most important. If you manage your risk, yeah, remember, this is a risky industry at the same time. You can either lose a lot or you can gain a lot. Yeah, you want to be on the right side of things. You want to be making a lot and losing a little. Yeah, so proper risk management is crucial if you don't want to lose your money, and it's particularly important for intraday traders and scalpers who take many trades per day, because there's a bigger chance of going on consecutive losing streaks. Now, you know, we've all been there. Yeah, I've been there as well many years ago, where I've lost, like, you know, 5-6 trades in a row, and it was very devastating. Yeah, 1-2 trades is bad enough. Like 5-6 is very bad. Yeah, and you know, that can really hurt. Yeah, and in fact, if you're not using correct risk management, those 5-6 trades can end up blowing your account completely. Yeah, and you don't want that to take place. Now, if I lose, let's say, 5-6 trades in a row, that's only down 5-6%. Yeah, and on, you know, let's say £10,000, that's only, you know, £500-600. Yeah, which I know can easily come back. Yeah, easily, especially if I'm aiming at 2% a day, that will come back in 2-3 days. Yeah, done completely. So, you know, it's not the end of the world, as Tyreen was mentioning. It's not the end of your life. Yeah, you aren't managing money for other people. You're only managing your own money. You know how far you can go. I guarantee you probably spend more money in a clothes shop than you do on a, you know, losing money in your trading. Yeah, by being wrong. You probably definitely have spent more. Well, me, I have spent a lot of money in restaurants. Yeah, and I don't see that as a loss. Does that make sense? Yeah. In fact, that doesn't hurt, but losing in the same amount in FX ends up hurting. Yeah. Why is that? So you need to see everything more like a numbers game. Yeah. Like Tyreen was mentioning, and this is something I was telling her the other day as well. She was like, how do you deal with these losses? Yeah. And, you know, how do you still stay humble during all of the great gains that you make as well at the same time? It can go both ways. Yeah. And it is all a numbers game on a screen. That's how I see it. Yeah. And if you see that as well, it will literally be so easy to, you know, take the losses. It will be so easy to live with the gains. It won't get to you too much. You won't get too excited when you know, make the gains. It's okay. Yeah, it's just a game, and you've won the game for the day. Okay, sometimes you may lose the game for the day. Fair enough. Yeah, that happens. As long as you don't get completely wasted, that is absolutely fine. Yeah, there will be times that you will get caught or get so caught up in the emotions of the market that you lose sight of your primary goal. And write this down: your primary goal is to protect your capital. Yeah, that's the first thing that you should always be doing. That's why we always suggest moving stop loss into break even. Yeah, and even if it does hit break even, and I'll be honest, today my stop loss actually did get hit in break even. In fact, I was like 1 pip profit, and I walked away. You know how much I'm up today by? Yeah, you lot are probably gonna laugh, and you're probably up way more than me today. I'm up by £4.08. Yeah, because my trade went into 25 pips profit and then came all the way back and hit my stop loss in break even. Yeah, or slightly a bit more in profit. So, you know, only £4, which is probably less than 1 pip for me. Yeah, in fact, you know, and that's why we also got a New York session coming up with our team anyway. So, you know, hopefully it's a better day the rest of the day, but it's okay. Yeah, I don't mind. You know, I hit a stop loss. It's okay. Yeah, these things happen, but the fact of the matter is I done the main thing, which was protect my capital. So I'm not sad, I'm not pissed off, I'm not angry in any way. Yeah, I know the rest of the day is still yet to go, the rest of the week is still yet to go, the rest of the month is still yet to go. Yeah, and so far I've done everything right in my favor to make sure, yeah, that, you know, I added up my confirmations. I still done everything right to make sure that, you know, I should still be on the right side of the market. Yeah, and still, regardless of whatever's happened, I have still protected my capital. Yeah, and this is precisely why you need to set daily loss limits. It tells you that you've had enough, and that's it. Time to pack it up and just call it a day. Yeah, once you've hit your daily limit, either gains or losses, you need to call it a day. Yeah, you need to step away from the computer, or trust me, it will drive you mad. Yeah, you know, constantly staring at the charts. People say, you know, how much time should I spend on charts? I say about any time between, you know, 1 to 4 hours a day. Any more than that, it will drive you mad. You can't do this, you know, for 8 to 10 hours a day. You cannot stare at a screen for 8 to 10 hours a day. It is unhealthy for you. Yeah, 1 to 4 hours a day is absolutely enough. Yeah, and that's like, you know, half time or like a part-time job, for instance. Yeah, some people don't even do it for that long. It's like 15 minutes and they're still done for the day. Does that make sense? Yeah, but you do not need to stay there all day just because you've hit your, or you've taken many losses. This is another thing. Yeah, if you don't know your limits in anything in life, yeah, it will go too far, including food. If you don't know your limits when it comes down to your sugar intake, it will go too far. In fact, let me tell you a bit about, you know, somebody. You guys might know him, you guys might not know him, but somebody who was very close to me has passed away yesterday, who's actually was a chairman 10 in IM, in fact. Yeah, and it was due to a health problem, in fact, you know. And like this really hit me. I was actually saying earlier on that, you know, I was a little sad when I woke up, because it really hit me this morning that he's no longer with us, and he's somebody who, you know, we started this journey together with. Yeah, back in the day we started trading together. You know, he was one of the first people I came across that was also on the same journey as myself. Yeah, and obviously he went on and joined IM a few years later. I've only come on now, but you know, all of these small things, if you don't know how far you can go, yeah, or you don't know your limits, you need to understand yourself first before you put yourself out there in any other kind of situation, including money. And in fact, money will be the biggest result, yeah, of what your personality is about, yeah, of what your emotions are about. Yeah, if your emotions are up and down, it will show in your trading results. Yeah, if your emotions are very steady, yeah, it will show in your trading results. If you're very erratic, it will show in your, you know, trading results. Everything that you do in terms of the markets will be a direct reflection of yourself. And if you want to grow further, yeah, if you want your trading to grow further, your trading knowledge to grow further, your trading account to grow further, you need to grow further yourself first in terms of mindset. Yeah, if you know, you're, let's say, a big risker, it will show. Yeah, if you're a gambler, it will show. Everything, this is a direct reflection of your emotion and your emotional state. Yeah, of your complete mindset. In fact, trading is 80% mindset. Yeah, you know, this is this, and we see this all the time. Like I mentioned, we have an AI system and it doesn't have any emotions, and we can see the way it trades is deadly. Yeah, because it's not taking any trades emotionally. It is taking the trades only based on the confirmation it sees. Only once it has those confirmations, it enters those trades with the correct risk management, and it's done. Yeah, that's it. It doesn't think twice. Once it has those entries, once it has its confirmations, it enters like a complete robot with zero emotions, and you know, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. Why can't we do exactly the same? Yeah, if we can even learn something from these, you know, robotic systems that are trading, yeah, the thing that we can learn is to delete the emotion when it comes down to the market. And where does that come from? Not caring about the money that you are losing. And you don't, the only way you can do that is by protecting the capital that you have right there. Yeah. Next. Don't worry, this is not like 70 slides. It's just taking a little while to load. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a lousy trader if you're hitting stop losses. It's okay. Yeah, I hit a stop loss today. Yeah, and luckily it was in profit, but very, very, very tiny profit by, you know, half a pip or something. And I only walked away, like I said, and I'm being very transparent, with £4.08. Yeah, there are just days when your game is off. Yeah, or you know, your emotions are off, or something is off, or maybe your trading system or your strategy was not designed for that day's market environment. Yeah, even the great athletes, yeah, or the greatest athletes in the world, such as Roger Federer, yeah, Lionel Messi, Michael Jordan, have had their share of bad days. In fact, out of all these three, Michael Jordan has had the most bad days. But you know what? He never gave up. Yeah, he's also had amazingly good days. Yeah, in fact, it was the bad days that made him. Yeah, it's the bad days that made him. He didn't, you know, end up pushing past his injuries. Yeah, he didn't, you know, continue being like, oh nah, I need to, even though I've injured my knee, yeah, I need to carry on because I have to score that goal. He just said, okay, I accept I've hit an injury, I'll come back another day a lot stronger, it's okay. Yeah, and when he did come back stronger, he was 10 times better than he ever was. Yeah, so don't worry, accept your limits. You have to accept your limits. Just like professional athletes who sometimes underperform, traders also experience those days when they feel out of sync with the markets. Yeah, you know, there are those days, I'm sure. And you know what? I know some of you and most of you have experienced days like this as well. Yeah, there's days where, you know, and I see it with so many people. In fact, type yes in the chat, or not yes, type 1 if you've experienced days where you feel out of sync with the markets. You don't know what is going on and even how to trade that kind of market. Yeah, even myself, like I've definitely experienced that. Yeah, I've definitely experienced that, and you've probably seen it in my daily outlook sometimes as well. I've said, you know what, this kind of market we're going to stay away from. Let's move on to the next one. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Or things are moving, looking a bit sideways. I know and I accept, yeah, when those times or days have come. I accept it. Yeah, when we're out of sync with the markets, we need things to line up to exactly what we are looking for. If they don't go for it. There's no need to push yourself to go for it. Yeah, you'll only end up in a bad position. Next is setting a maximum trade loss per day isn't hard. Yeah, so I actually go for a maximum 1% loss per day. So you know, today I can still continue because I haven't hit my loss limit. Yeah, you just have to take note that it has to depend on your trading personality and risk tolerance. Some people can go as far as risking 5% a day. That's completely up to you. I can't. Yeah, especially with my account size, I definitely can't take, you know, like 50 grand hit in a day. That's too much, yeah, for me. Or you know, even if I was using like 100k, I cannot take a 5k hit in a day. Yeah, 5% is way too far for me. Yeah, whereas some of you guys using some smaller accounts, which is fair enough. Yeah, you guys are using smaller accounts, so maybe you might be able to push it a little bit more, but you won't understand how to push it if you haven't tried. Yeah, so set yourself a daily trading loss. This isn't hard at all. It literally isn't hard. Yeah, in fact, the only person that is stopping you is yourself. You're the one who says, okay, I've hit my, you know, I've made this much loss, now I need to carry on and make it back. And then you end up losing more. If you have to accept when, like I said on the previous point, when the markets are out of sync with yourself. Yeah, accept it. Don't try and jump straight back in. Otherwise, you will end up losing even more. The markets are out of sync. Accept it. Know that they're out of sync. If you already know this, why are you still jumping in even further? Yeah. So here are some personal suggestions. Limit your losses to a fraction of your profit target for each day, and write these down. If, for instance, you aim for 2% a gain, I'm only going by mine. Yeah, I only aim for 2% a day. You can set your maximum trading loss to half of that, like 1%. Yeah, so I go by a risk to reward, a daily risk to reward, not per trade, but daily risk to reward of 1 to 2 risk to reward. But per trade, sometimes I go 1 to 6, 1 to 3, 1 to 2 is the lowest really I go. And yeah, unless it's obviously, you know, a scalp trade, sometimes I go 1 to 1, which I do not recommend at all. Yeah, but you know, 1 to 2, and start off from there. And this is my daily risk to reward ratio. Yeah, per trade risk to reward ratio is slightly different. I go for 1 to 3, 1 to 6, sometimes even 1 to 10 I've gone for. Yeah. If you have experience and kept a well-detailed record of your trading history, like a trading journal, then you can calculate your average wins per day and set your maximum trading loss to half your average gain. This is more for the advanced traders who have been trading for a little while and have set up FX books and have been keeping a track of their FX books over time. Yeah. So if you're new to this, don't worry about this. But if in fact, I would suggest everyone start to set up an FX book as soon as possible. Yeah, because this will track everything in real time for you. Let's say your average gain per day of all your winning days is equivalent to about 0.5%. Yeah, and it's okay if it is. Yeah, you just calculate your winning days. Yeah, and you half, and obviously you get the average of all of your winning days in a whole month. Yeah, don't do this in a week, do this in a whole month. Every single month that goes by, you can calculate what your average gain per day is. Yeah, even if you're taking losses, it's okay. Yeah, calculate your average gain every single day over, you know, in percentage wise. Remember, everything comes back down to percentages when you're managing money. Yeah, then you can set your daily maximum trading loss to half of that. Yeah, if you've noticed, okay, out of all 20 trading days in the whole month, yeah, you've made, you know, 10% loss but 20% gain. That's clearly a gain of 10% in the whole month. That's only 0.5% per day. Yeah, so you know, okay, you're going to have to limit your losses for the next month to 0.25%. Yeah, always go by half at least of your daily trading target to be your loss. Yeah, so like I mentioned, mine is 2% per day. If you guys want to copy and do exactly the same, that is wicked, because, you know, clearly it's working for myself. It will definitely work for you. Yeah, and I've definitely suggested this as well. That is, and the reason for that is because my long-term gain is to compound my account. So 2% per day compounded is equal to 40% a month. Yeah, and even if I'm taking, you know, 50% hits, I'm still up by every single month by at least 20%. Yeah, at least. So, you know, if you calculate even the losing days, yeah, not just the winning days, but the losing days as well. Let's say you are only 50% accurate, yeah, and only 50% of your trades go right and the other 50% go wrong, yeah, that's fine. You know, you are still up for the month by 20% gain, and you are not down minus 20% gain. Now, 20% might not sound large to a lot of you. Oh, that's only, let's say on £1,000, that's only £200. Yeah, but you're better off with that extra £200 in that month than losing that £200 in that month. Does that make sense? And that could be pushed towards your, you know, IM package every single month. Yeah, instead. So see it as a gain. You have to be satisfied with these gains. Yeah, otherwise, if you're not satisfied with these gains, you'll never be satisfied. Yeah, and don't be satisfied about the money side of things, because the money will come anyway, and even if it's small amounts, it's okay. Yeah, be satisfied by the fact that you were still wrong half the month and you are still up because you have decided to use the correct risk management techniques in place. So try these out or come up with your own, and whether you choose to use one of my suggestions or not, the important thing is that you have one. Yeah, I would definitely suggest going by these suggestions. They've worked for me for the last many years, I've also seen it work with so many other people as well, and it's worked very, very substantially for them, especially with their trading strategies that they've put into place. They hardly have, some of them only have about 6 losing days in the whole month, and the rest are profitable as hell. Yeah, and some of them don't even aim for 2%, but more than 2% comes their way sometimes, yeah, which makes up for the losses and more. The fact is, all traders will eventually experience a losing day. Trust me, I also experience losing days, yeah, all the time. In fact, not every day, but yeah, I would say probably once a week, yeah, I'll experience a losing day. So you should always have an intraday maximum trading loss level set at all times. Yeah, mine is 1%. Once I'm down 1% for the day, I'm done. I close out and I'll leave. Yeah, and I just go do something else. Once you've reached this limit, and here's the hard part, stop trading for the day. In fact, this is the hardest part. Yeah, because we always want to do more. Yeah, we always want to have that kind of small little endorphin extraction from the markets. Yeah, but you can get that from anywhere else. It's fine. Yeah, because that could end up going into an even bigger loss. Yeah, and I've experienced this myself. That's why I'm telling you it from experience. You have to stop trading for the day, and you have to, this is somebody who's experienced who's telling you this, that I didn't stop trading, yeah, for a couple of days back when I started, and I ended up losing even more. Over time I had to accept, you know what, I'm not always going to be right, and that is fine. Yeah, instead of scrambling to come up with more unprepared trade ideas to make up for those losses, you just have to swallow your pride and admit that it's just one of those days that you have to sit it out. Yeah, like Michael Jordan, he went through multiple injuries. He accepted those injuries. He didn't get back up after those injuries and said, no, I have to, get back up and I have to score these baskets. I have to go and do a dunk. No, he accepted today is not his day. I'm injured. I accept it and I have to sit it out today. He accepted it, yeah? But look how much of a legend he turned out to be towards the end, yeah? Afterwards. So it all comes back down to your own personal self. If you're very hard at, accepting when you are wrong, you'll have a very hard time in the markets. But the quicker you are able to accept it, the further you will go, yeah? So here's a quick overview. Always use a stop loss is number 1 point, yeah? Don't ever trade without a stop loss, ever, yeah? Always use one. Use 0.01 per £100 for at least 1 year, yeah? I use slightly less sometimes, but for your first year, you have to kind of get to grips of the markets. Don't use any more, yeah? Don't use any more. You're asking for, something to go wrong if you use any more, yeah? So use 0.01 per £100 for at least 1 year, yeah? At least 1 year. So at least you get the grips of things when it comes to, your strategy. You get to grips of things when it comes down to your loss limits and how far you can push yourself. Do not trade without a plan. Yeah. Don't have all kinds of strategies in your mind. Write everything down, what you are going to follow in steps. Yeah. Do not enter a trade without 3 more or plus confirmations. Yeah. Sometimes I'll be honest, I enter with 2 confirmations, but my third confirmation is like my eye or my gut. You guys don't have this built up as of yet. Don't go for it until you see 3 physical confirmations. Yeah. Sometimes I can just see it with my eye, but I've seen this multiple times with my eye. Yeah. Sometimes I trust my gut. Yeah, because I've seen it multiple times happen when I've trusted it in the past and when I've not trusted it. Yeah. So you must have those 3 confirmations within you at all times. Do not marry your trades. Oh my God, this is one of the worst. I've blown a few accounts by marrying trades, just by holding on to losses. Yeah. Holding on to losses and, not accepting that it's a loss. Yeah. I've taken out my stop loss, in fact, and just waited for it to come back, and it's never come back. Yeah, don't ever, this is the worst thing you can ever do. Don't ever marry your trades. Accept a loss when you see it and cut it. Yeah, reduce your drawdown, close out half the position. Yeah, so if your stop loss is coming into place or is halfway there, in fact, you can close out half the position. Let's say you have 1 lot open, you can close out half the lots as soon as it's 15 pips in drawdown. Yeah, and then the other 15 pips can run, so your losses will also be cut in half. Yeah, by the time it actually does end up hitting a stop loss, you don't even have the full position open. perfect your entries. Yeah, be patient for your setup. This is a sniper tactic. The big word right there is patience. Yeah, you will only become a really, really deadly trader by having patience. Yeah, this came from even somebody very, very successful. You guys all know him. He's the most successful investor so far of all time. His name is Warren Buffett. Yeah, the main thing he teaches and preaches is patience. Yeah, always have the most patience possible. Patience, patience, patience. So it's coming up to 12 very shortly. So I'm going to speed this up and then wrap this up. Yeah. So spend, next one, only turn a scalp into a swing if the reward is greater than the risk. Otherwise, it's not worth it. But this is not for beginners. So, you know, you can actually turn a a scalp trade into a swing if you notice that the trade is actually going to go further. But you only do this, yeah, once your trade is already coming up to your TP once you are scalping. Let's say you're scalping for 20 pips, for instance, yeah, and there's very strong momentum in the market for it to push way further than 20 pips. As long as you've protected your capital, you can take out your TP and increase that TP. That's fine. Yeah, like I said, the first thing I said was as long as you have protected your capital and your stop loss is at the break-even point, you can increase your TP to whatever you see or however far you see it going. Yeah, rebuild your faith and knowledge regularly, and I should definitely suggest doing this daily. Yeah, do this every single day. Rebuild your faith and knowledge within the markets or in any kind of field every single day. Spend a lot of time on things that make you happy. Yeah, you know, away from the charts, away from any kind of technology, as it says here, yeah, which is family, traveling, exercise, social time. I like reading, yeah, I like exercising, yeah. Do you understand where I'm coming from? This is away from technology, yeah, because it's not technology that will help you sharpen your mindset. It's what you do away from technology that sharpens your mindset, and not just trading, not just charts, but anything to do with technology, yeah, including TV. Trade what you are willing to lose. So if you're, like I mentioned, you know, I'm not willing to lose, you know, something like 40, 50K, but I'll happily take, you know, a small loss like 4, 5, 6K. That's fine. Yeah, I know it can be made back within a couple of days. Done. Yeah. Zero emotion trading. This is very important. If you have emotions in the market before you even step onto your computer, you're already looking for a disaster. Yeah, completely clear your mind. My business partner actually meditates before every single time he jumps onto charts. He meditates first, so his mind is completely clear of everything and anything, and then he jumps onto the charts. Yeah. Withdraw regularly and reward yourself, even if it's something as small as £20 a week. Reward yourself, withdraw regularly. I actually now withdraw monthly. Yeah, sometimes I withdraw weekly, just depends on how the week went. I don't push myself to make sure it's an amazing week every single week. I just accept what the market has given me because I know my risk to reward is still good for the week, still good for every day, still good for the month, and whatever extra comes on top, that's fine. I can withdraw it. Yeah, never change your plan due to emotions. This happens a lot with people, but don't ever do this, and track your progress through the FX book. Yeah, so if you haven't done so already, I suggest you do this straight away as soon as we are off this call. In fact, go on to myfxbook.com. Yeah, myfxbook.com, and create an account there and link your account to FXbook. If you ask me how to do this, I personally have never connected it myself. My partner has always done this. He's a tech wizard, so I just give him my account details and he does it. But I'm sure, you know, somebody will work it out and give out the instructions in the group. But it is very simple. I think it's only as easy as 4 simple steps. Yeah, you make an account on FXbook. You know, they'll only track your live accounts, by the way. So make an account on FXbook. Given your account details, so your login, password, server, they'll check your history so far, upload it, then they'll verify you with the broker. And once they've verified you with the broker that you are a legit person, this is legitly your account, then they'll confirm your account, and it's literally as simple as that. And is there any more slides? Here's a golden tip before we go away, and I need to wrap this up quickly as well. So if you're taking 4 trades a day of 5 to 10 pips each, that's 20 pip per day target. Yeah. So this is when you should walk away. Write this down. If you're having 3 wins and 1 losses, yeah, walk away. That's fine. You're done for the day. If you got 2 wins and 2 losses, stop trading. Yeah, also walk away. If you've done 1 win and 3 losses, stop trading. Or if you have 2 to 3 losses in a row, stop trading. Don't go any further than that. Yeah. So, you know, if you have 3 wins, I'll repeat that one more time. 3 wins and 1 loss, you should be up for the day anyway. Yeah. 2 wins, 2 losses, stop trading. 1 win, 3 losses, stop trading. And 2 to 3 losses in a row, stop trading. Now, I'm going to give you a massive golden tip. If possible, I'll even write it on Twitter, in fact. Yeah. And I'll tag you guys, and please share this wherever you can. So tomorrow is a new day, and I want you to write this also in our group as well. Yeah, in the Lion's Den and in the inner circle. So tomorrow is a new day. Everybody write this on Telegram right now. Tomorrow's a new day. Whatever you lost yesterday doesn't matter anymore. Whatever you win today doesn't determine how tomorrow will plan out. Every day is a new day, a new 24 hours. Yeah. So, you know, that is the end of my training. I'm slightly 2 minutes late to our New York session. But I'm going to hand it back to Tyrene. I hope everyone or every single one of you have enjoyed that. I hope it's been very, very beneficial. And I want to see your messages in the Telegram chat right now.
Okay, thank you so much, Ads. Really appreciate it. We did go on for some time today, guys. Tomorrow we'll go back to normal time where it'll be like 40, 45 minutes, nothing longer than that. Thank you so much for jumping on, guys. Make sure you do what Ads has said. Make sure you do what I say. And also make sure you guys are looking at Go Live during New York session right now, because I do believe that New York session is changing over. I personally will go back to New York session soon because I don't really like London right now. So yeah, I'm moving back over to London and New York. So guys, if you're free in the next hour, 2 hours, go on Go Live, watch someone right now, because I'm telling you the moves are happening in New York. Thank you so much, guys. Hopefully you have an amazing day. Put in the chat when you have done your Go Live session, and you will get one-on-one. If I don't see anyone on Go Live, I'm not giving anyone a one-on-one. There's no point. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Bye.